Welcome once again to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. I'm one of your hosts, as always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by my good friend, starting off with Mr. Actor and Comedian, Writer, Playwright Extraordinaire, Mr. Tarek Lewis. How you doing, sir?
Well, hold on now. Playwright. Now we're stretching.
Hold on.
Now we're pushing it,
I
Speed.
muted the wrong thing here. Hold on. Got audio issues, gentlemen. There we go. Let's see if we can fix this. Oh, goodness. What did I do? What did I do wrong? There we go. My audio's all messed up here. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get myself situated here.
All good.
How about now, gentlemen? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Actually, I heard you before. I'm not trying to be petty here. But...
No, I know. It was on my side. It was on my side, ladies and gentlemen. That means, you know what that means? We get to do it all over again. Ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. I'm one of your hosts, as always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by my good friend, actor, comedian, playwright, and so much more. I'm just forgetting all the titles I want to give him right now. Mr. Tarek Lewis, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, I had a pretty good joke the first time you introduced me, but I'm not going to repeat it. Just on principle, I don't think you can't. You can't do that.
Oh, Mr. DJ, social media influencer, radio professional, Mr. Joey Franchise on film. How you doing, sir? Welcome.
Hanging out, man.
Well. Yeah, we're just hanging out.
Happy to be back on a Monday.
Talking all that stuff that we like to talk. You know what I mean? By all means, ladies and gentlemen, a shout out to Leo. Leo's in the building. Thank you, Leo, for hanging out with us live on the show. If you are watching this on YouTube or Instagram or Twitch or wherever you want, go ahead and shoot us a line and be part of the conversation here at Geek Culture Congress, where we're talking everything geek and nerd. All right. Also, as well, shout out to everyone on the Instagram. The Instagram's a different chat, so if you're trying to talk to me on Instagram about all the stuff that we're talking about, you gotta give me a moment so I can switch back and forth there on the Instagram, okay? And if you're listening to us on the Podcast Radio Network, thank you so much for joining us here at Geek Culture Congress. We talk everything nerd, ladies and gentlemen. Geek news, comic book, movies, news, comic books themselves, everything that we all love, man. All the sci-fi and fantasy and all these great stories, man. That we love, and we're here to talk about all these new trailers that dropped, man. We got assaulted with all these new trailers, Derek. I guess everybody went back to work.
Yeah. Hey, they had them things stacked up, ready.
Yeah, they were stacked up. It was like, man, like 4 new trailers, right?
Listen, most of the trailers are CGI anyway. It wasn't
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gave them time to like improve the CGI.
Yeah,
you don't want to have a Sonic the Hedgehog situation.
Yeah, that's right. They were able to tweak things and make things work. Let's talk about some of the trailers, man. One of the most surprising new trailers, even though it was a teaser, was the Fallout TV show based on the infamous video game series, which I've actually played before and I enjoy. I have enjoyed playing before. This is seems pretty interesting. Did you check it out, Tarek?
I did check it out.
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar with the game.
Okay.
To be clear, so I didn't have a point of reference. Yeah, to judge the but as a trailer or a teaser goes for a which clearly a post-apocalyptic adventure or post-apocalyptic horror series, looked pretty good.
Yeah,
there's like 4 Fallouts, isn't there?
There's a lot of Fallouts, and there's also the the modern age of Fallout. It was a video computer game before that, and it's been around for a while. Yeah, it's been around for a long time. Joey, you checked it out, man. What did you think about it?
I thought it was dope. What piqued my interest about it was the fact that you had the same team behind Westworld and the same team behind The Boys on it, and it shows. I think the quality of the show actually looks really good. Special effects look amazing. I've never played the game. I know what hype level it has amongst the the gamers and Fallout players, and its influence in gaming culture. So. I mean, this actually might just pique my interest a lot more to really dive into the game, because the teaser really blew me away. I was surprised.
Yeah, I really liked. It was very all the little Easter eggs, how the way the town looks, the monsters. I mean, everything was the game. You know what I mean? So I invite everyone to go check out the trailer, man. See it for yourself. It's a teaser trailer, but it's on YouTube right now. Go look for it. Fallout. I guess this is going to be on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, man, Amazon out there spending some money, man.
Yeah, they're dropping the
special effects been looking right.
Yeah, they're dropping the right amount of money. Yes, that's for sure. Yeah. They're dropping the right amount of money.
That was my big thing with it. I'm like, okay, they're spending. I think that Last of Us success has them like, okay, okay, let's get us a property before this is all done.
Yeah. Let's talk about what else? Some other trailers. My favorite show, Hot D, House of the Dragon, season 2.
You gotta relax.
Hot D, ladies and gentlemen, it's back. It's coming back. It never left. Warner Brothers spent all their mony on it. Just kidding. What do you guys think about the trailer, man? They got a lot more House of the Dragon. There you go. That's what I got. That was my reaction to the trailer. Yeah. What about you, Tarek?
Listen, I'm excited for the show. I rewatched the previous season already, maybe twice.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I'm looking for like little hints of things and following the names of characters and tracing their lineages. I'm becoming a sweaty. I'm becoming a Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin sweaty. I'm like digging deep in like the family names and all that. So I'm hyped for it. Again, like what Joey's saying with the money, that's got to be an expensive show, man, to make them damn dragons. But when is the last time we've seen dragons fight? Like, this is going to be, it's going to be amazing to watch on television. If you go back and watch the previous season, the way it ended, like, someone's son was killed. So now it's like it's on. So Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about House of the Dragon. It stands to be like one of the better properties HBO has put out in some years, at least for geek world. I know a lot of people probably watch Euphoria
Mm.
and several other shows, but this is a little different.
Yeah, I'll take more House of Dragon, baby. Joey, what'd you feel? How you feel about the trailer?
I'm right there with Derek, man.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see the Dragons go at it again. Season one was definitely A1 in terms of quality and storytelling. So I'm really excited to see what season two's got to offer. Because yeah, I kind of want to rewatch it again. I think I'm gonna just wait till like the week of to really just brush up on season one all over again, just to get myself ready.
All right. Sounds good, man. I'm ready for more House of Dragon season two. And let's get back to the Amazon world and more of the boys. We got a season four official trailer. Yeah. More boys hijinks. That's what it seems like, and I'm here for it, man. Straight off Gen V. I'm ready for what this season's got to offer, and some of the payoffs from Gen V and in the previous season. I'm looking forward to this show. Tarek, what was your reaction to the recent trailer for the boys season four? 4 seasons
Listen, I'm
already.
hyped for it.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for it. I'm very excited that it's coming back, and it looks pretty you know reflective. Looks like it's going to be a reflective view on society with the divide and the social. Seems like Starlight's going to be like a social justice warrior, and Homelander is going to be
Hmm.
like far right.
Yeah.
They introduced like I want to call him Negan.
Yeah. Me too.
I forgot the
I was gonna
actor's
use his
name.
name in the whole intro, and I completely forgot.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean
Jeffrey Dean
Morgan.
Morgan.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have Jeffrey Dean Morgan's going to be in it. Um, that that back and forth with him, and the guy who plays the butcher. I
Hmm.
love that line about what do you what do you call the boys? That kind of name is that? I like
Yeah.
that. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and with the what I thought was a great spinoff with Gen V. I'm wondering if they're going to keep bouncing these two shows off of each other.
I sure hope so, man, because the Gen V was excellent, man. Really, really great watch.
Yeah,
Joey,
it only took
yeah.
you
It only
it
took me
only
like
took you
2 years
to
to
like
watch it.
yeah, watch that show.
Joey franchise boys season four. Are you here for it?
I I can't believe we're on season four,
Yeah, it's
and
wild.
every season has gotten crazier than the last. And the fact that they can pull off a spinoff and really execute that and keep it, you know, to the same uh, level as what the main series is and what its predecessor is. It shows that the boys is here to stay. They got the Mexico thing that's about to pop off too.
Mm,
They got another season of
yeah.
Gen V they just greenlit. So this season four is gonna be insane, and it's perfect because like the way Gen V ended is how season four begins, which is like Chef's kiss. Like you wish you wish Marvel can pull off stuff like this. Uh, like
Yeah,
this is stuff that like Marvel was pulling off early in the early first three phases. Like it was just consistent. It was pushing the story, the narrative forward, and the boys is just really running away with it, and it's becoming my favorite show to watch. Period. When it comes to our geekdom or our sweaty vibe that we got
yeah,
here at Geek Culture Congress. So
That's right.
I like it's interesting in the way they're getting its politics involved. I think Homelander's about to go way off the rails. It definitely gave me like some stuff, some vibes from things that have happened in our current state here in the way our political system has been ran and just people in power and politicians and I think it's going to dive into more of that lane. You know that old girl she's running around with that virus. I don't know if she's going to use
Yeah.
that to try to kill Homelander. I don't know if that backfires on her at some point
mm,
during the series, but that's going to be interesting to find out how that plays out with her running around with that virus that can kill soups. And I'm curious to know who the girl is that Homelander's talking to when they're talking about like the Caesar kind of
Oh yeah.
metaphor that they were trying to play,
I don't
as
know.
you hear in the dialogue in the background. So I'm curious to know who
Yeah,
she is. I was for some reason I thought it was old girl from Gen V, Maria's her sister, but I don't think that's it. Um, I'm curious to know, but it's going to be a fun series. I'm excited for it, and yeah, the fact that was it Jeffrey D. Morgan, he's in it now, so like that's going to be epic. So yeah, he's got quite of a fan base in his own right, obviously for his work in Walking Dead, The Watchmen. Like
Yeah. No,
his
it's a
resume speaks for
high
itself.
level of pedigree. Yeah, it's gonna be in
Yeah,
on
definitely steps it
the
up for
show now.
sure.
Yeah. So I'm super excited. We're here for everything that's coming up, brand new. There is a recent little tidbit MCU. We got a little bit of MCU stuff today. Um, Allegedly
Oh, yesterday we
reported.
got some too.
Yeah. Go ahead. Drop yours, and I'll drop mine after.
The Deadpool, there are leaked photos from the Deadpool series. I guess apparently
Yes, recent.
Sabretooth is going to be in Deadpool, and also Toad from the first X-Men movies. And I think it's going to be that. I think it might be that original guy that played Sabretooth. I forgot his name, but I know Ray Park was Toad. I think
yeah.
they're both reprising their role for this Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 is definitely going to be one of those, it's going to definitely shine light and give nod and it's gonna be a swan song for all those Fox Marvel movies.
That's
It's
right.
definitely Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. Um, that's the vibes it's
Yeah.
giving. But the fact that
Yeah.
Wolverine's out here cutting up Sabretooth's head, bro,
Yeah.
and then Deadpool's out here holding it, like that was crazy. Like I got the picture up on Franchise on Film on the page. If you want to spoil it, for yourself a little bit, kind of get an idea what Deadpool 3 is going to be looking like and how crazy it's going to get. And I saw that they just dropped a photo today of Ryan Reynolds without the mask with was it uh, Dead Dog or Deadpool Dog, the Deadpool Dog, whatever
The
that was.
Deadpool dog.
It was definitely a
Yep.
character in the comics though.
Yep. It was. Also, Deadpool 3 related as well. Allegedly reported. Okay. Logan star Daphne Keene. She played
Yes.
the uh,
23.
the daughter of Wolverine. She was in Logan. And she will be returning allegedly as Laura Kinley, aka X-23. So what do you guys feel about that? Yeah, think they're gonna make that full circle there, or you think they should leave
No,
the Logan story alone?
no. You gotta dope. It's Logan is maybe. I mean, you can argue Days of the Future Past,
Hmm.
but Logan's probably the best X Men
Oh yeah,
movie, at least for me. At least for me, it's probably the best X Men movie, and one of the few that made me say, "Oh, I want to see what happens next." You know,
Yeah.
right.
because she was like Laura Richter, and she found all these people, So I'm hyped to see her. She was so savage. She was like Pharaoh Wolverine. Very curious to see what they do with this character. I, I know the character from the comic books, of course, but there was a cartoon X Men Evolution where she showed up several times in, and that to me that is what the character is, and I think this actress um, played that well. So yeah, I'm hyped about that. I hope that's true. I think it is, but I hope that's true. That would be dope.
We'll see. I'm okay. I'm here for it. Let's see what happens. Joey, how you feel?
I think it's going to be legit. I think it's a legit thing, and I think you gotta incorporate the X-23 character. I think Logan was such a huge movie, and it was definitely a big deal within that X-Men universe. And I think it was probably the best film from that X-Men universe and the best portrayal of Wolverine that Hugh Jackman's done since being, playing that character for so long.
Right.
The story was great. Obviously, the comic was a classic one. Actually, I think I own the Old Man Logan comic. But yeah, I thought it was well done. I thought Daphne did a hell of a job as the X-23 character. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about that or how fans were going to be receptive for it, because I think it was going to kind of be like more of a deeper cut and deeper dive into Wolverine's story, and I think they accomplished that really well with that Logan film. And it was kind of gonna bother me to see how Deadpool 3 was gonna pull it off, but from what they've already explained, this is gonna be Wolverine from a different universe, and I'm assuming that X-23 is gonna be a Wolverine from a different universe, just played by Daphne now that she's older. And I think she's not gonna have a huge role in it, but it's gonna be, from my prediction is, and kind of what I'm been reading up on, she's gonna
Hmm.
be more of a character that's just gonna be from a different universe as Deadpool's going through the universe searching for Wolverine, and he just like stumbles
Mm.
upon her in a universe where she's like the main Wolverine.
Okay.
You're thinking it'll be like a Reed Richards, Black Bolt,
Yep,
Professor X situation, like as we saw in
definitely a head nod,
Multiverse of Madness.
a nod, and an appreciation kind of scene. So I think that's what I think was good. But you have to incorporate it. I think it's only right, especially with what they're doing with Deadpool 3 to begin with. It's kind of the going away movie for all the the Fox Marvel movies that we before the whole Fox Disney merger, and now Marvel obtaining those rights. So they're just gonna
Yeah,
give their flowers to all the characters that portrayed all these beloved
I
characters.
think it'd be cool. I think it would be cool if this starts a little ado to the Fox X-Men universe.
yeah.
From here to Secret Wars. There you go.
And let me say, I think the Fox X-Men movies they get a bad rap,
They do.
and they deserve a solid ado.
Yeah.
The first X-Men film was good. Of course, we wanted to see the cartoon come to screen,
Hmm.
but they didn't do that. But we got our quintessential. I think besides Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, I don't think anyone fits a character more now than Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Like, it'll be hard to do that. And then probably after that, Chris Evans is Captain America.
Right.
But it'll be hard to replace. So we got that from it. We got a bad Wolverine movie, a decent Wolverine movie, and a really really good one, and some solid X-Men movies. They weren't all trash. If there was 5 of them, I think 3 of them were good.
Yeah, I mean they were
X-Men,
entertaining.
X-Men,
Even the
yeah,
Fantastic Four movies, they were not great, but at times were entertaining. Like I found myself at times, scrolling through like, damn, I haven't seen this Fantastic Four movie in a while. It was terrible, but I haven't
yeah.
seen it. Let me give it another watch just for
Let me give it a
ha-has.
go. Yeah, I
So
want to Lawrence Fishburne as the voice of Silver Surfer was dope.
yeah,
That was
wow,
kind
I
of cool.
got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do want to ask a question before we move off of when we're talking about Logan,
Hmm.
and that was a great representation of the old man Logan story.
Right.
Do we want to see old man Hulk? That is
Oh,
the other old man story
honestly, I
that
think that's happening. I think
Yeah,
that's
I
gonna
gotta do
happen.
World War Hulk though first.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. To be perfectly.
I felt like they tried to give us a taste of World War Hulk when they did Thor
Ragnarok,
Ragnarok,
yeah.
but didn't really give it
But
to
I
us.
think with the Scar cameo at the end of She-Hulk, that's
Yeah,
probably something they're gonna touch upon, or like they'll probably go back to uh, that Hulk's time
Right.
on Sakaar.
yeah,
When he went back, when he left in the middle of She-Hulk, he just they'll probably follow it then. Hopefully, it'll be a more
yeah,
serious tone and not like the tone that
yeah.
She-Hulk was
Right.
in. But
Yeah. Do Hulk babies grow faster? Like is Carl
that's a
only
good
like 4 years
question.
old?
That's a
You
good
know,
question.
what was that pregnancy like? That had to be a C-section. There was no way that was natural birth.
Who knows? We don't know.
I
It had
Only
to be
time will
up girls.
tell. Only time will tell us the plot of that. All right, guys. Let's get into it. Well, the main thing, Mr. Bob Iger himself, in I guess he had an employee town hall.
Yes, he had a town hall meeting.
Yeah. So in this town hall meeting has been reported by Variety and many multiple news outlets, different quotes or different quotes that the gentleman said.
Before you get into this, I want to say
Go
something
ahead.
publicly. I don't know who all is watching or listening or who's going to download. My sister works for Disney. She told me nothing. She didn't even call me.
Really?
She gave me no secrets. I don't know if she attended to the town hall, but if you start revealing some secrets that we the people don't know, it wasn't my sister. She said nothing to me. She's not an insider.
Wow.
Whatever Speedy tells you or Joey tells you,
Didn't happen.
they found it on their own.
Didn't happen. Let's see. I'll play around with some different things here while we're talking on the video here. Let's get into it. The Marvels, reportedly by Mr. Bob Iger, he says that the Marvels suffered from a lack of supervision on the set. Supervision on the set. He admits that also that they've made too many sequels. Too many sequels. The Marvel brand, of course, he's commenting on the Marvels flopping at the box office. I believe it didn't even make 300 million. I mean, 300 grand, 300 million. I think maybe it's like I think they're looking at it maybe possibly making 400 million by the end of its
What was their
run.
budget?
Yeah, I think their budget was like way higher than that.
Wow.
Probably their budget was probably like 500 million or more. I don't see the actual budget here in this article.
Yeah, the Marvel Marvels has totaled 197 million.
Wow. Okay.
Box office run currently.
So that they might be okay. No.
No.
At this point, they need to just bank on like the streaming revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see, man. We'll see. Any how you feel about comments that Bob Iger made, Tarek?
Their budget was 275
Oh
million.
yeah, so definitely
So
flop.
far, their box office has been 197.
Yeah, that's definitely a flop. So lack of supervision from Suits on the set, Tarek, is letting creatives go crazy. How do you feel about that, Tarek?
I don't agree with him. To clarify his statements, he does say it was filmed during COVID, some of it, a lot of it.
Right.
So that is why it was like, limit the amount of people who are going to be on set. I think as a fan of these movies and these types of movies, I think that they're just in a realm where these characters just aren't as popular. As the Hulk and Iron Man and Thor and Captain America. I think they're in that arena where it's not a big draw to go to it. I think the Miss Marvel show was geared towards a certain audience.
Right.
That it was not necessarily excited about going out to see big feature comic book films, So he's an executive. So to him, I could see why he say, hey, if people like me were there, we would have checked you. We would have checked you. We would have made sure. But I'm positive they were sending in their dailies, like you have to send in your dailies or your weeklies. I'm positive they were sending those in.
Right.
I just think it was an industry in flux, in a cinematic universe in flux, and just trying to like not lose hold of an audience. And I think they might have underestimated the audience. Like if you'd have taken a year and a half off, 2 years off, we would have came back. I don't think that if there was no Marvel project after Endgame, it was let's just say it was just a television show, and then you drop a big Marvel film, I think we would have come back. But hey, I'm not in charge of that. That's why the executives are there. I'm not in charge of like the money flow and the debits and the credits and the balance sheets. Like, hey, that don't work for us. We're used to having this money. We budgeted for this money for the next year. We need that money. Y'all better put something together. So who knows?
Is that really the problem, Joey? There was no executives on set.
Hmm, that's that's rough. I mean, as big of a property as Disney and Marvel is, I mean, you hope that somebody would be there to kind of, you know, not chaperone, but kind of just kind of oversee things and make sure
Yeah, you think they would just oversee them
we're
and
on.
say, "Dang, you know
But
what?
then,
People didn't like it. We tried to put the best thing together, and it didn't work out." You know what I mean? We
but
need
a lot of
to
these,
redouble our efforts.
a lot of these suits don't really like, you know, at times don't really know what's best. Like they're not really like invested in the comics like some of the like directors are, the writers are that they hire to do these things. And
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of just looking at what's gonna sell and how we can market this and how the general public and the non-sweaties are going to be receptive to this and how do we get them to the
Hmm.
theater to kind of understand what we're trying to pitch here. But
Right.
you also, you know what I mean, like it's there's got to be a happy medium somewhere where, you know, the creatives behind it, you know, the director's eye, the writers, and the guys in the suits that kind of just know how to, you know, market to their audience. They just got to kind of find a happy compromise. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like Bob Iger's getting in there, and it's just like, I don't know. I thought it was going to be a good thing. It seems a little bit like, you know, like he's just ready to clean house. Like he's just kind of over all this. Um,
Yeah. I don't know.
you know what I mean? Like, and it just doesn't seem like a good look for the Marvel brand. And you know, with Marvel's
Well,
not
he's
doing well
also
in the
commenting
box
on Star
office.
Wars too, and actually all the brands. I mean, even Pixar. Even Pixar is not performing well with
Yeah,
new IP.
because
Yeah.
they're just because everybody's just kind of regurgitating the same thing. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like, how many times is
Yeah.
Woody gonna get lost from Andy? You know what I'm
Well,
saying? You know what I mean? Like,
no, they had a,
How many times can we tell that story?
yeah.
How many times are we
Well,
gonna
there
tell that
was
story?
there was the Elemental movie.
Yeah,
There
isn't that
was
just
Yeah,
the
Inside
that's
Out?
yeah.
The Elementals is just Inside Out.
yeah.
You just change.
It's yeah
What about
with
the other?
Earth
No, there was
with
another one
Earth
that recently is
elements.
in the theater. What is the one that's in the theater now, Joey? You have a 2-year-old. You know.
Oh, the Wish
Yeah,
movie.
the Wish movie. Yeah. Supposedly, it's not. This is
Like,
not doing well at all.
listen, I think people just like what they like. Then they like people like what they like, and
Yeah.
you know if it's not Frozen 3 or 4, nobody's gonna really care.
Right.
That's really gonna draw people to the theaters. But it's like how many times are you gonna keep, you know, telling Elsa's story about, you know, her, you
Frozen
know, freezing
5.
stuff?
Frozen 5,
Yeah,
guys.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like,
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
mean,
We
I
get
think
it.
that
It's cold.
yeah, we get it. It's really cold. She's like some
Cold.
she's an ice
And
princess. We
and
understand.
the snowman's funny. We get it. All right.
Yeah, the snowman's good. Josh
and that, and
Gad,
that
yeah. Who doesn't like
bef-
Josh Gad?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
before go ahead, finish that thought. Sorry.
but no, to go back on track with the Marvel stuff, I think it's not really just more so executives being there to oversee the projects. I think it's more so that they need to just stop putting stuff out just to for the sake of putting it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really know what your audience wants, man. Like a lot of people ain't asking for a lot of these movies, and a lot of people ain't asking for these films, and maybe he's right in a sense that maybe they're doing way too many sequels of stuff. Because again, you're just regurgitating the same story. I
Yeah.
mean, I think the exception to that was Captain America. I mean, it was literally the same him and Bucky story for the past 3 movies.
True.
Um, and I think they finally, you know, they had really good writing, and Captain America is a very big character, so that helped out as well too. So it's just like the characters you're giving sequels to is
Hmm.
also what matters. If Captain Marvel is just not something that
Right.
people are being receptive for, maybe you shouldn't be doing a film with her and just incorporate her in big Avengers stuff, because she's an OP character. One, um, and like I don't know how much like how much people feel gravitated towards her as a
Hmm.
character as well. I mean, you had to create another character to help show. Oh yeah, she has fans. Miss Marple's her like biggest fan, and she's a
Yeah.
young girl.
Right.
Like you had to create a fan in order for it to get fans. You know what I'm saying? Like it was really weird, but at the end of the day, like, I mean, I still enjoyed the movie, but again, it's not something I was really asking for. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
what helped the story for me was the fact that an incursion happened. We got some multiversal stuff. We got some stuff that was hinted for Secret Wars. We got X-Men in it, and I thought it was like, okay, that's pretty. It literally made up for maybe any little hiccup that the movie might have had or little pet peeve that I had with it. So yeah, they just need to stop giving us movies that people
Yeah.
ain't really asking for. Eternals, for example, nobody's
Here's
asking
a
for that.
quote. Here's a quote. Iger said that there has to be a reason beyond commerce to make a follow-up film to a hit, noting that over the past few years, Disney has made too many. Unquote.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm going to tag on with like what Joey said about like, do we need the Eternals? I'm standing 10 toes down. I stand on business. Me and King, me and Ti, son, we're standing on business. That I like the Eternals. I don't know why they made it. You know what I mean? Like the what happens next factor of in the MCU is what we lost. Like at the end of the first Avengers, it was like, oh, what happens next?
Right.
How are we going to get there? At the end of even the Age of Ultron, which is not one of my favorites, it's like, oh, now Vision's here, and we understand that the Mind Stone has these powers.
We're
and,
cooking. We're cooking.
We're cooking.
Cooking.
What's
Yeah,
next?
exactly.
What everything was what's next. Then you introduce Ant-Man and the Quantum Verse, even at the end of Ant-Man and trying to get like, it's like, oh my God, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy. What's next? What's the next? What's next? Endgame happened. You called it Endgame.
Yeah, for a reason.
And after that, the what's next wasn't there. It wasn't really, and what you touched on with the what's next was She-Hulk. And like throwing Loki back at it, even though Loki was good. And going back in time with the Black Widow movie. And, Captain America, Falcon becoming Captain America, which was fine, but those aren't big enough what's next things. And then you did Eternals and didn't give us a what's next. You gave us a what's next with this big head and this forearm coming out of there. And we never got like another allusion to that.
Yeah.
It's just not enough. They're not intriguing us.
That's right.
I also think that in the push for Disney Plus, that I'm starting to get of this mindset, and I love going to movies and seeing, like, I want to see Godzilla -1. Maybe we'll talk about that later. I don't know, but like, I like to see the big things in the theater. But I'm at a point now. I'm like, I'll wait.
Yeah,
I'll wait. I know you're going to put it on Disney Plus. I know you're going to put it on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait.
That's a big deal right now. And let's see. There was another staying on the Bob Iger thing. He was quoted saying, "I'm not sure another studio will ever achieve some of the numbers that we've achieved. I mean, we've got to the point where if a film didn't do $1 billion in global box office, we were disappointed. That's an unbelievably high standard, and I think we have to get more realistic." That they became the billionaire boys too quickly, and then now everything that was ahead of B.
They did. What happened? What happened? I mean, you casted the right guy in Robert Downey Jr. to play Tony Stark. You casted the right guy in Chris Evans to be Captain America. Chris Hemsworth is Thor. All the pieces were put in place. Scarlett Johansson, like, amazing as Black Widow. Like, you did all these great things, and it's like, I think what happened is that they kind of relied on the fact that these guys built the brand to what it is now, and they lost their juice because now they're trying to do too much. It's like, okay, see, when you're hot like that, you can try new things.
Yeah.
You're hot right now.
Right.
Try new things. Ant-Man, and then you get Paul Rudd to play Ant-Man. You know what I mean? And you cast all those guys really well. For Michael Douglas, what's the name? What's the name? Old girl that plays the Wasp.
Evangeline Lilly.
Lilly, yes. You know what I mean? You cast all these great people to be
Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer, like, you guys, all these great people to be a part of. And that's the thing, when you're trying to tell a story with like unfamiliar characters, you gotta hit it out the park with the cast, because that's what's gonna be the draw. I mean, Angelina Jolie, cool, she was in Eternals, but it's like after that, I mean, you had a couple Game of Thrones guys. It's like okay, cool, but uh, basically they just kind of lost their juice. They got comfortable. Um, I think after the success of Endgame, the highest grossing movie of all time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they kind of just poked their chests out, like, oh, we can do anything we want. We could introduce Squirrel Girl if we want, but it don't really work like that. And
that's true.
You know what I mean? Like it don't really work.
They learned in the hard way. That's for sure.
As a comic book fan, I'd be hyped for Squirrel Girl because she's powerful. She beat up Doom.
I think she beat Thanos too.
That's wild. Yeah, that's crazy.
They wilded out on that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
they're just kind of losing their juice and trying to figure out what works. They're scrambling and that's why we have the quote unquote superhero fatigue, is because they're pumping out all these characters and it's really tell the stories of the guys that make sense and make sense for your bigger picture.
Right.
Make sense of Secret Wars. You know what I mean? Like the guys you're gonna run with for Secret Wars, make it make sense. I don't know how Eternals fit into that. I don't know how Moon Knight fits into that. I don't know how She-Hulk fits into that. Daredevil, like I'm just all over the place, and it's just I'm starting to get lost. Where I feel was just
it's a lot
continuity. It's just a lot to kind of take in. I just don't know what to relate to, and it's creates that fatigue where people just like, I'll just wait, or I just won't tune in. I got people that have been loyal fans since the beginning, and they just tune out because it's just too much going on. It's like, because you're looking to see how it connects to the bigger picture. How does all this going to connect to Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars? It's a lot too much going on. You got all these street level characters like Echo, which is cool, great, that's happening. The trailer looks good. I'm excited to see how that plays out. But where does this all fit? How does Echo, how's she, gonna be a factor in fighting a multiversal villain if she's gonna be in Secret Wars or
anything
or Kang?
I'm gonna step into Joey's shoes here. Joey typically has like best ideas for how they should have gone. I'm gonna try to franchise this thing. And see if they would have done Echo and Hawkeye and some of these other shows during the blip, just to show us what life was like during the blip. If not Deadpool, if Daredevil is during the blip, and they show like, oh, this is what the life was like in those 5 years or whatever, and then did these other things, it would make more. It's like it would bring that thing together more, and it's just not together now. It's just Endgame and what other characters have we not explored yet? Miss Marvel. He was in a video game. The Eternals. They know Thanos.
Shang-Chi.
Kinda. And it's not tying in. And they set us up where everything ties in. And unfortunately, that's what we want now. I think that's part of the failure of DC. It's like they're trying to force the tie-in, and none of it ties in. It's like all these universes, and I don't know.
They don't care now. They just want you to go see Aquaman. Go see Aquaman 2, please. Okay.
Yeah, I'm. Listen, I like
we don't care if it does or not.
I'd probably go see it. If he was still married to Lisa Bonet, but he's not. Like, so I'm not. It's not like I'm supporting her. Yeah. I don't know. So maybe the executives. I think the executives are the problem and could have been the solution.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
They could have been both. It's just not making sense. But I trust them to right the ship. I think that if the executives in Sony and Fox and Marvel and Disney could have gotten this together faster, what we really want is the mutants. That if we were to ask, that's what we want. We're like, okay, we know you have the deal coming. What we really want is the mutants. We want Fantastic Four a little bit, but we really want X-Men in the mutant world.
Yeah,
that's really what we want. And for whatever reason, that seems like it's going to take a long time. This is where they
Maybe.
are.
I guess yeah, we'll see what happens with everything going forward. The last thing I want to leave you guys with before we head out for today is I've seen a lot of people talk about the same subject about Disney and even DC and Star Wars and everything. All these franchises, we know these IPs, and that those new and fresh ideas are lacking at Disney and Warner Brothers, and you know, they're just like, oh, let's use this IP. Let's see what this can do. Oh, let's use this IP. Let's take this character and expand on it. Let's take this backstory and or characters that died in this movie, and let's do a show about this backstory. You know what I mean? It's like no great new up and coming IP. House maybe something that's been dormant. Game of Thrones was a dormant IP until it first came out and the show first came and became a sensation. Stranger Things was a fresh IP. What else? The Boys was a fresh IP.
Yeah.
Invincible. Yeah. So my
Maybe
question
Last
to you
of
guys.
Us. We'll see how Last of Us goes.
There you go. So
Yeah.
my question to you guys is there that dormant IP or the lack of just fresh IP? Look at Rebel Moon. Netflix is really pushing this Rebel Moon stuff. Zack Snyder with fresh new IP. Is the storytelling lacking in Disney and Warner Brothers and everybody? Where's the fresh IP?
I don't know. I think
Where's the beef?
I think everyone's waiting, Speedy, for you to finish your comic book.
Oh man, I haven't even started, man. But I got a great idea, man. And you're the only one who knows too. You're the only one who knows
revealing
too.
it. Oh,
Every day I go to sleep and I think about more about the character, man. So I
Yeah.
need to like I need to write. I need to have time and just sit down and
Yeah.
try and write things that make sense. There you go. Right now it doesn't make sense. It's jumbled all here.
Yeah. I'm rewatching Jupiter Ascending on Netflix.
There you go. Okay, that was a
Wow.
promise of an IP that didn't quite do very well. When
Yeah,
it got
it
released,
didn't-
but
it didn't
not
quite do
everything's gonna
well.
stick. Not everything's gonna hit. Not everything's gonna be that thing.
When I was growing up, when I was a teenager, Image Comics started becoming pretty big.
Yeah.
So Savage
Spawn,
Dragon
baby.
and I think it was Shadowcat. I think it was something like that. And Wildcats, like these. It's not fresh, but Spawn. If you brought Spawn back, I think
Todd McFarlane writing with his IP till the grave. He's writing with his IP to the grave.
Yeah, I think things like that. For better or worse, the anime stuff seems to be stuff coming out of Japan. Seems to be
One Piece. One Piece is a
yeah,
great
people
show.
are One Piece stuff.
Yeah.
And
Great
listen,
live action show.
I like anime, but like I'm in a community where like some online communities at least where I'm like I'm lost. Like I don't know Bleach like that. I don't know.
There's a lot.
I don't know, Naruto like that. So that may be a place where they're gonna start poking, and then look for. There's no absence of fresh ideas. It's just our studios willing to risk it.
There you go.
Because we had 5 Twilight movies. I had never heard of that.
Yeah.
I never heard about Twilight before those movies came out.
I never heard of failure of Twilight. I don't know. Did Twilight actually fail? Did they have a
No,
bomb?
Twilight did not fail. It was a
Any
success.
movie? Any sequel?
They turned the third book into 2 movies.
Yeah,
So they all made money. They were all profitable.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, they were all profitable.
Oh, you're gonna make me
Yeah.
Google.
Aren't they
it, guys.
redoing the Harry Potter? Aren't they like doing another Harry Potter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's
there you
gonna be
go.
a series.
That Fantastic Beasts. That was horrible.
That was horrible. Yeah.
Talk
that was
about brand damage. Right?
Yeah, they're doing a Harry Potter series. We're getting, Star Wars Skeleton Crew and Acolyte. It's just our studio's willing to risk it on a new IP. I'm sure they're out there. We gotta get the sweaties to chime in. Like, what do y'all want to see?
I don't know. Let us know, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know in the comments. What do you want to see, man? Yeah. Joey.
You want to see Robotech.
I do. But and So so the funny thing about Robotech is you can actually Google somebody that was working on some concept art for the Dead movie. He actually published his concept art. He put it on a website, and the concept art looks actually pretty cool. You know, it looks really really cool. I don't like the way the aliens look, but I mean it looked pretty cool. I think it would have been cool if like Netflix picked it up and it would have been a cool movie, maybe one shot even. You know, I would have taken it, man, at this point. But you know, well, would have. You know, just speculation all at this point right now. But Joey,
Yeah.
new IP, something that's sitting on the shelf somewhere, a comic book IP nobody's ever dared to flip, like The Walking Dead. What's the next big thing? Is somebody just sitting with fresh IP and do we need more? Do the big studios need to work on fresh IP?
Um, I think so. I mean, The Boys was a fresh IP, and when it came out, and I mean, look what it's done. You know, since then for the past couple years. I think what needs to happen though, like to revisit the Spawn. I think we just need to revisit. I mean, we haven't had a Spawn movie since the '90s.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Todd
I know
McFarlane's working
McFarlane's.
on it, baby.
I know
Before
he's.
he
I know
dies,
he's.
that Spawn movie's coming out. I tell you that.
Yeah, I know. I know he needs that to drop. I've heard what I think Jamie Foxx is still attached to it.
Yeah. That's happening.
Um, but yeah, we need a new
I mean,
Spawn
you could
movie.
be
I
Spawn
think
right
for
now in Call of
sure.
Duty, baby.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, that's true. Very true.
What?
Um,
Yeah, Spawn is a skin in Call of Duty now, along with the boys. So
what what I
you
think
could play the boys characters in Call of Duty. Yeah, it's crazy.
what I think needs to be revisited is these. I think this is going to be the year where video
A
game
lot of people are
series
looking at
are.
Video games
Yeah,
IP. Look at the
now's
Fallout trailer we just
now's the
talked about.
time.
Very impressive.
Season
Very
two of
interesting
Halo just
show.
got announced.
Halo season 2 of
Yeah,
Season
Halo.
two of
Look
yeah.
at
Halo.
that. I was completely forgot about Halo till you brought it up.
You got Fallout. You got Last of Us getting another season.
Oh man! Oh, before you continue with your thought, Joey, they talking about Halo. Go to Walmart. Go to the toy section where they got the big Power Wheels, and look at the new Halo Power Wheel, and tell me you wouldn't want that if you were a kid that age, bro. That it looks like something out of like it looks futuristic. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But go ahead, keep going, Joey.
No, just sticking into the video games that I saw
Yeah,
that they got Carl Urban to play Johnny Cage for the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
So I think video games is going to be where it's at. I think with streaming being as big as it is right now, and video games being as huge as they are, they need to start diving into some of these stories and packaging them to make them like either series, which I've actually talked about, in previous episodes where I feel like maybe Mortal Kombat shouldn't have been a movie. It probably should have been a HBO Max or Max series. But whatever. I mean, I think it's gonna be cool. I'm still going to go see it when it comes out in theaters. But the fact that you got Fallout, you got Last of Us, you got what's the other one? Fallout, Last of Us, Halo, and these are actually pretty all decent series. I think you need to just start diving into the video game lane. I think that's
Yeah.
going to be the
What was
next wave.
what was the movie they made with Tom Holland?
Uncharted.
Uncharted. Yeah,
That
Uncharted.
should have been a series.
Yeah.
That's too much. There's too much like
you know,
they try to make it modern Indiana Jones.
some
And it just
existing
wasn't.
IP when they flip it, whatever they decide to flip it to, a show or animated or live action movie, it just might not stick. You know, I mean, it is what it is, right? But you know, we need more chance. We need these studios to take more chances on stuff just to entertain us. Are you not entertained? You know
It's a
what I
lot
mean?
of money to take chances on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And listen, it's not necessarily particularly in the geek world, but like
Mhm.
Netflix with shows like movies like Extraction.
Yeah,
They
That-
did
that-
Bright.
That's right.
They did Powers.
I think definitely Netflix is on the vanguard of exactly what we're talking about right now, as far as like new IP, and they have to
Yeah.
be, you know. But if Warner Brothers says, "Hey, you want to buy some of this stuff?" They're not opposed to that either, because you can see some Justice League on there right now and things like that.
Yeah,
I think they
they're
had Star
getting
Trek for a while. They had a bunch of stuff.
and there was a rumor out that the Netflix execs are like, we wanted to do the Snyderverse.
Oh yeah, they might.
We want to continue the Snyderverse, which
Right now they want I think they want the movies, the Zack Snyder library, so they could put them on a tab with the new stuff that he's doing for them. So you want to watch all of Zack Snyder's work, just go to Netflix and hit play. And you can watch the DC stuff and all the new stuff and whatever.
Some of the Netflix execs, they want to license those films, upcoming films. I don't know how that will work if they're on Warner Brothers and DC. I don't know.
Warner Brothers is gonna take the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warner Brothers is gonna take the money, baby. Show them profits at the end of the year. That's what they're gonna do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting a little messy out there.
Yeah,
to be
definitely.
honest.
Definitely. The lines are blurring. The lines are blurring, and ladies and gentlemen, all we just want is cool stuff to watch, man. That's all we want.
Yeah, and we got another King Kong. We got a King Kong and Godzilla.
Yes. Apparently the Godzilla -1 movie is awesome.
Yeah,
it's sitting at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Something
I gotta watch that.
Yeah,
I think that's like a theater movie. That's a movie. I feel like you got to watch that in the theater.
Right. Well, that's more a presentation, like Godzilla's like this force of nature, and then there's the human story, and they say that the human story on that movie is really awesome,
Yeah.
Versus this Godzilla and Kong team up of them just smashing monsters,
The new Empire.
Which you kind of want a little bit of both. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I want to watch Godzilla and Kong beat up some monsters. We need to get more.
You can't call that a new IP, because I think Godzilla came out with 1954.
No, that's definitely not new. A new concept of them teaming up the Kong and Godzilla. That was definitely new. But maybe that's what they need. So maybe it'll remix some things. I don't know. But I think that's it for today's show, guys. Let's wrap it up, man. Let everyone know, Tarek, what you got going on, how they can follow you, sir, especially for the audio version of the podcast.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and also on YouTube. I don't got nothing going on right now. I'm scaling down for December.
There you go. Sounds good. Joey Franchise, let them know how they can follow you, sir.
Tap in with me on my personal page at Joey Franchise, and then also Franchise on Film for more vibes like this.
And that's with a Z, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get it wrong, okay? You'll be looking for you'll be on the wrong franchise.
Oh, and
okay?
The GTA 6 trailer came out today. And
that
looks
you gamers.
Amazing.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Definitely go check that out.
It's supposed to be like a Miami-based city, right?
Yeah, it looks fire. It's very Miami. You got girls shaking ass on the top of the cars while the car is moving. Very Florida thing to do. It looks great. All the essence of Florida is definitely in that in that game. I'm super hyped for it. But it doesn't come out till like 2025, which is out of control.
Well, they want to make sure that game pops, baby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for us here at Geek Culture Congress. Make sure you give us a follow. And if you are listening to the audio version of the podcast, thank you so much for checking us out. If you are listening to us on the Podcast Radio Network, if you enjoy this podcast, go find us on your favorite podcast distribution, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Find us, Geek Culture Congress Podcast. If you want to tap in with the live show, we live every Monday. We try around 8:30 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time to be live. You want to join us here on the live show, make some nasty comments to us? Sure. We'll be here and we'll receive them with open arms, okay? Give us a subscribe on my YouTube channel so we're live all the time. Speedy's Multiverse. That's at Speedy's Multiverse. Speedy's Multiverse on the YouTube, all right? And, of course, give us a follow on the Instagram page, Geek Culture Congress, 3 words, put them all together. And we'll see you back. I don't know what we're going to do. I plan to do a show next week. I don't know exactly what we're going to talk about, but hopefully a whole bunch of things will happen between now and Monday, and we'll be able to talk about it, okay? If not...
Well, Speedy, don't scare the damn people off. Just give them hope.
Be hopeful, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week. Goodbye. Have a good night, everybody. Be safe.